Alright, so the Yellowstone series finale. Not Godfather enough. Yeah, no shit, you might say. It's not a mob show. Kinda is, though. So let's talk about it. So the finale of the mega hit series Yellowstone was on December 15th. It goes without saying, spoilers, 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 for those who haven't seen it. So the pitch from someone at work that finally got me into watching Yellowstone in the first place was Sopranos on a ranch. Obviously, you guys know me at this point. You had me at Sopranos. And as a born and raised Jersey Yankee now living in South Florida, a cowboy show isn't necessarily going to catch my attention. Plus, I'm sure the state of Florida is also having an influence on opening my mind a bit to the whole other side of this country, i.e. most of the country. But that's a whole other topic. Anyway, what I quickly determined after burning through the first 3 seasons in a matter of weeks...
Will you be a man about it? Don't scream.
was that it's not quite Sopranos on a ranch. It's actually Godfather on a ranch. The character of Jamie Dutton, for example, a clear analog to Tom Hagen, Robert Duvall's character from Godfather. An orphan who gets taken in as a young child by a powerful family, then raised to become their lawyer. And before drawing more specific parallels, I do want to make a few distinctions between the Corleones and the Duttons. So while both families employ organized crime to bring about their goals, they do have different goals, making the Duttons not a through-and-through mob organization. The goal of organized crime is simple: to make money. They'll use violence or the threat of violence, everyone knows that, but their goal isn't political, like the goal of a terrorist, to make another comparison. It's cold hard cash. Whereas the goal of John Dutton, for example, Kevin Costner's character, is to protect the ranch. Don't take my land. So every time Rip or Lloyd bring a guy to the train station, it's not for power or money like it is for the mob. And yes, the ranch is his livelihood, and yes, having more land makes him more powerful. But I think you guys see my point. Especially when you hear how many times Beth reminds John of how little money the ranch makes, and how they're going to lose the ranch any minute. It's no longer a viable business model. The mob wouldn't put up with those financial problems for even a minute. To quote Tony Soprano, if it doesn't work as a business, get rid of it. So let's get back to my main point here and my reaction to the Yellowstone finale. Again, not Godfather enough. Now, there are plenty of other things to react to in the finale, but this is all we'll be focusing on for today, since gangster movies is our thing here. So this isn't just a regular Yellowstone finale reaction. I just wanted more of the crime elements of Yellowstone in the finale.
You know, I could drop him at the bus station, but he's been here a while. He's seen a lot. Train station's where I'd leave him.
Throughout those first 3 seasons, there was so much fun, organized cowboy crime. You had the ranch hand Fred Myers in season 1 who couldn't stop fighting or talking shit.
Where are we going?
Train station.
Then you had Western legends Boots Sutherland. Yes, his name is Boots Sutherland, as Wade Morrow. Tried encroaching on the Yellowstone land one too many times. Train station. Even Walker.
Where are you taking him?
Hell, I don't know. Said he's gonna take me to the train station.
Even though he didn't quite get on that lone black train, he got the message loud and clear. Now fast forward to the finale, or the entire final season for that matter. Call it season 5 part 2 if you want. It's the final season. Why are we spending so much damn time on horseback? Just hanging out on a ranch in Texas, where the biggest threat we face are rattlesnakes? What is it with all this cowboy shit when we have so little time to wrap all this up? Where's the crime stuff? Where's The Godfather? Where's that dark western music that kicks in every time they do illegal shit? I love that. Now, credit where credit is due, we did get a few scenes in the final season. For example, I didn't think I'd ever see Casey Dutton hold a gun to a child's head. That was badass. Beth had one hell of a showdown with Jamie. And it was even more fitting to have Rip be the deus ex machina to save her, ultimately taking the villain of the show for one last stop at the train station. There were definitely some moments, but I'm also surprised the showrunner Taylor Sheridan didn't take the opportunity of John Dutton's death to explore more crime elements of the show. To me, that's a clear handoff to investigate John's murder. If anything, the show should have become more crime related, being that that was the ending that you were kind of forced into. You know, Kevin Costner leaves the show, you got to kill him off, what are you going to do? I would have explored more of the crime stuff. Clearly there would be a conspiracy level of crimes to be solved after the murder of the governor of Montana. So again, cash in on it. Instead, it seems like Sheridan went out of his way not to cover the crime side of things. The finale itself, for example, a 3-minute country music video in the middle of your season finale. Why do I care this much about a country singer? Seems like we should be spending more time on, I don't know, the death of Vito Corleone, the death of John Dutton, the head of the family, not the love interest country singer of a C-level character on the show. It's so weird. And most of the final season felt like that. It felt like, okay, we have a lot to do to wrap this up, but I'm going to avoid my duties by hanging out on the ranch. Like, I think this ending would have been acceptable for a typical cowboy show. But again, that's not what kept us watching. That's not the pitch we all signed up for. We signed up for cowboys and crime, not just cowboys. So, final thoughts. I think this finale is a huge miss, especially for fans like me who were sold on the Godfather angle. The crime angle is what gave the show so much of its East meets Western appeal. If you only want Texas cattle ranchers watching your show or residents of Montana, I guess you did your job. But I still think it's fair to say you changed too much about your own show to call this a justifiable finale to an epic cowboy crime saga.